Chris. Hey, I wanted to come to you for just a second. It's not too often that I reach out to you guys, so when I do, obviously it's of significance. So for a few of you, this may be an update to a recent situation that came about. For some of the rest of you, it may be a new event. But either way, we'll make it an awareness video. So recently, a few days back, TV station, Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, channel WFAA 8, had aired a story. It was in regards to one of our larger events that we work each year. You guys being in our XXX audience obviously are aware of it. It's Rednecks with Paychecks. And the story was entitled Mud or Blood. So obviously you can tell from the headline the connotation is going to be a bit shady. But nonetheless, that's not necessarily the issue of this video, but just an awareness point. So as they are starting to tease this video before their newscasts, some of the earlier teasers in the day, I start getting these messages from individuals saying, "Hey Chris, hey, I see your content. It's being aired on television tonight in the news. Were you aware of it? What's going on with this?" And so it was news to me. I wasn't aware of it. The Metroplex is a bit out of my circle of influence there for television. So I started to look into it a little bit further, and progressively throughout the day, my phone and inbox are blowing up saying, "Chris, your content is part of the story. Are you supporting this, or is this something that you're involved in? How did this come about? Did they contact you?" And I'm oblivious to this, which I think is poor practice on the part of this news agency. But nonetheless, so we wait it out. We see what's about, and the story airs. And Brett Shipp, the anchor that airs the story, takes a very, very negative twist of the story. Now, don't get me wrong. What the premise of the story is, a couple of individuals have lost their life while at Rednecks with Paychecks. Now, granted, this is a very, very large event. A high population of individuals attend this event each time it's hosted. And so just the sheer odds of a tragedy taking place are there. But nonetheless, I don't want to take away from the fact that people did lose their life and it was a tragedy. The basic premise around this is the negative connotation that the story was shaped within, and then also the fact that my content, which you guys all watch, provide this free of charge to you all. It's good quality material. I think you guys all enjoy. It's just stripped from the internet and it's published in the story to help corroborate this negative connotation that they're trying to publish here about people being carelessly murdered, and it's just a reckless situation here. So obviously me, when I see this, I really, obviously work very hard to provide pure content, high quality content for you guys. Our whole team's committed to a positive connotation for what we bring to the table for all of you. So when I see that we've got this material aired in a very negative context, it concerns me. And so looked into it a little bit further, reached out to the news agency, and I suggested that they contact me. Eventually we were able to make correspondence with them and to try and see how this transpired and talk it out. So spoke with the director, cmungo. She was cordial. She gave me about 25 minutes of her time, and we exchanged thoughts back and forth. Effectively, she wasn't really concerned with the situation. She basically, in certain terms, left me with the fact that this material posted on YouTube, Facebook, our social media is of free use. Basically, fair use is a thing. I get that. We all know what fair use is on the internet nowadays. It's something I deal with routinely. I deal with content producers that reach out to us and want to use our content for projects, and we basically negotiate something, and typically it's cool. In this situation, wasn't contacted in the least. As most of you are aware, I'm very reachable on many different levels. I heard nothing about it until friends and other contacts were made me aware. So I thought that was poor practice on their part to be able to take this information, this data, this media that they've found on the internet, and to contrive and twist and weave it into their story, and to make it something that puts a very negative light on the XXX brand. And so she basically told me they had done nothing illegal, which I get it. Fair use is a thing, especially in the media. And so I wasn't very pleased with the moral basis of the decision, despite the fact that it was legal. And so ultimately she said, nobody's going to recognize your content. XXX isn't necessarily a thing. I don't think it's going to bring any sort of a negative connotation to your brand. And that really that didn't hit home well with me, because it's something that our team has worked very hard for a number of years to be able to grow the XXX brand into something that you guys are proud to be a part of. It's something in which you belong. And so I strive very hard to maintain that level of integrity. And that didn't sit well with me at all. And so anyway, what I'll do, I'll post a link to the full story here below. I'll let you guys go down in the description. You can look at the story yourself. You can see if you recognize any of the content. I'll play you a little quick clip here because it's fair use, and obviously I can play that game as well. But we're going to take a look at this and see if you guys recognize any XXX content, and if you think that it would not be recognizable on any level. So hang on a second. All right, so you see the story here. WFA investigates. See if you can see any content in there.
It's practically everywhere on the internet. An intoxicating lure to off-road rally fans. Rednecks with paychecks. 3 days of mud.
So yeah, basically you see what they've weaved into their story there, what they've utilized to help perpetuate their story, use the content from what you guys enjoy is good, clean content, fun, motorsports engagement. It's what Rednecks with Paychecks is. It's a good, solid event. And so they've basically taken this and tried to help perpetuate their story and to promote their theory of an unsafe, unhealthy event. So I really feel that was poor practice, especially the way that it was received when we finally directly communicated with WFAA, and I think that's very poor practice on their part. So you know, it's not too often that I reach out to you guys and I ask for something. I'd like for you guys to be able to engage in this situation. You know, first maybe let me know your thoughts on this. Is this maybe an overreaction? I think if you watch the story, you'll see that something that most of us engage in as an activity, a recreation, a sport, a pastime that we take seriously and practice safely, that they've really dragged this through the mud and put it in a poor light. Also the fact that they've taken this content and disrespected what the brand stands for. So share this video, just put it out there, do that for me. And also, if you wouldn't mind, let's reach out to Carolyn Mungo and tell Carolyn, we don't appreciate this. We are XXX. That's who we are. This is a thing. It's not something that nobody would not recognize. It's a community, a tight-knit community of people that are enthusiasts, that take our sport very seriously, and we don't appreciate the fact that you've taken this to this level and disregarded what this brand stands for. So help support Rednecks with Paychecks, XXX, what we stand for, we all enjoy. And do me a favor, see if you can email her, let her know your thoughts, share this video. Make sure we get the word out. We want to be able to have Rednecks with Paychecks in the future, a safe event, the event that we know that mechanisms are put in place, precautions are there to be able to prevent things like this from taking place in the future, and that it's something we all want to participate in and not have such a negative light placed on something that we all participate in. So we thank you guys. I appreciate everything you do for us, and we'll see you guys out on the trail.